Hello and welcome to your Module 8 video. So we are already going straight through these modules. The last one was kind of the techie one, so this one is titled Leadership in the Learning Community. Everything's going to be kind of done by August 2nd for that, and then you're really just wrapping up the unit plan. So you are near the finish line. So let's take a quick look at it. There are essentially two parts for the discussion area. Each have their own readings and each has their own discussion threads. So the first one is focusing on inclusive classrooms. With social sciences, we really do deal a lot with a cultural diversity when we talk food, when we talk religion, when we talk about the parenting courses, even into the social psych, and certainly the anthro pieces of all the courses. You really are going to touch on some diversity issues. So these inclusive classroom lesson plans ideas are there for you to peruse, think about considering, and maybe it's your whole first week or maybe your second day lesson plan. Maybe you're going to do some inclusive classroom stuff. Maybe you want to make it a plan for once a week throughout a whole unit, something along those lines. And then the second one is dealing with difficult subjects and staying objective. Certainly there's a time and place where you actually seriously plan to have a debate in class. Like today we are going to have a debate about the pros and cons of, say, abortion. But then it's really the days where you don't plan on having a debate and a debate is going to spring up in your class and you are dealing with some very sensitive cultural issues. So it's some time to reflect and think about that, of how you're going to deal with that in the classroom management, that it's healthy to have some debate and discussion, but what are going to be those rules and how do you set out those rules and objectives when it's kind of an unplanned scenario. And then your last assignment for me, really, other than doing your major unit plan, that I know is huge. So hopefully you don't spend an enormous amount of time on this, although it sounds like a high pressure thing because they're actually interview questions. I've asked some friends of mine that are principals, what are some interview questions you've asked candidates and teachers. The ones that are in there are kind of the top responses that I received. When I was asking those principals as well, what kind of makes people stand out, or what do you remember most? And they said it's when teachers give personal examples from their teaching practice. So they don't just fill their answers with buzzwords, that they actually give some concrete examples. So try and do that, all right? I'm going to emphasize that again. If you give examples, it will lead to a higher mark, and that you're really looking for that. I also get lots of questions about how to structure your answer, because you could go on for a PhD or a thesis on some of these questions, but really that'd be too long and too much to talk in an interview, right? So I've laid out kind of a structure here the same way that we teach our students for the better answer response for EQAO testing, of the hamburger model, if you will, or peak or peel, or oh my goodness, there's so many acronyms out there. Anyways, start with stating the question again in your own words, then go straight into the example. Locate an example from your own practice. Add information about the topic from readings. This is where you would throw in some of the buzzwords in that next kind of sentence, and then end with a meaningful connection of why it's important to students and current millennials today, of the strategy that you're using there, that they're asking for. Hopefully that will help you kind of structure it. If you have some other questions, feel free to ask me. But please understand, I'm not actually interviewing you for this, right? I know the unit plan is a lot of work, so do take that assignment seriously. But keep it short and sweet for me. All right. All right. Take care. Thank you.